Hey guys, it's your girl Brie with Big Sis Tarot. I wanted to come in and just talk about the new energy I've been feeling. I am feeling really connected, and I'm bear with me as I kind of struggle through this in the beginning here. I I've been through a lot throughout my life, but especially within the last year. And it is crazy that I'm having these like revelations and understanding and profound just just things that are changing my thoughts, changing my mind, changing my spirit, changing my body. And I'm sure anybody that's been on their own spiritual journey or just any journey in general can relate to that. But I very specifically wanted to talk about this transition period that I am in right now. And I wanted to document it because I know that this time in like 3 months, 6 months, a year, everything that I'm talking about now is going to be 100% different. But I'm feeling really led by spirit to share where I'm at in my journey because I feel like there is many people, if not just one, but a decent chunk of people within my collective that need this story, that needs this understanding. Um, if you were at my last reading where I was talking about my spiritual journey and just like that process and what that looked like, I I lost my house, I lost my car, I lost my dog, I lost my aunt. Like I lost so many things, and I was pregnant, and I had my baby, and there was just a lot, right? A lot of energy. But I ended up back at my parents, and that was such a huge hit for me. I left when I was 19. I was out for like a whole decade of my life, so from 19 to 29, and then I moved back in with my parents right before I turned 30. And I think anybody that grew up as an only child or is an only child, you'll probably understand me when I say that people pleasing, especially with them, was my go to. The guilt trips, the feeling bad for every move that I made, especially if it didn't make them proud, or if they weren't proud of me, or it wasn't something that they could brag about with friends or family or whoever. Because that's what it kind of felt like I was the shiny trophy in the trophy case, and I was getting shined and buffed and cleaned all the time whenever I did something great. And then the moment that I would turn a little bit, I'd get a little brassy, if you will, a little dusty. And it was in a way that wasn't an easy clean or fix. It just felt like they didn't care, that they were very upset, that they just looked at me in a different way. And I think my childhood self really had such a hard time of letting that go because there was a lot of stuff that I let go of when I was doing a lot of shadow work and healing. And in this process of where I'm at now, it just feels like I have changed everything except for that one part. Except for that one part. And I realize this because Spirit put me back here for a reason. And I truly believe it was to heal my childhood self at the deepest level, at my sacral level, really align my chakras in a completely different way. Because at this point in time in my life, I am a wife, I am a mother, I am 30. I went through my Saturn return. It was tumultuous. It was hard. It was difficult. There was a lot of fun, crazy stuff, but there was also a lot of hard stuff. And in this process, I have realized for my childhood self that there is so many people in my life that love me the way that I want to be loved, where there's no judgment and there's gratitude across the board, a lot of selfless acts, a lot of just quality time of talking about emotions and talking about feelings and just in an in-depth way that makes me feel seen and heard. And I know so many of us always want to feel that way, right? We want to feel seen, we want to feel heard. But it's hard when you have to be vulnerable, and it's hard when you have to like let other people be vulnerable with you. But for me, that's never been an issue except for when it came to my parents. And I've realized now that they won't ever be, I shouldn't say ever, never say never, right? But at this current moment in time, they cannot love me in the way that I want to be loved, in the way that I truly feel the most seen and heard, because they are people. But more specifically, they're not just my parents. They are individual people that are in this life living their human experience without healing. And it's kind of like a baby, right? Because I have a child now, and there's stuff that I'm like, like she should know this, but she doesn't. It's my responsibility to help her learn and understand and grow. And when you think about certain kids that have a really hard time with development or things like that, right? When it comes down to like the parent should be doing something, I think about my parents and then their parents, right? Like my grandma, my grandpa on both sides. They were also unhealed people that then had children that were also unhealed. And then they had children that were unhealed until I decided, or my soul decided, to be the generational curse breaker. And now that I have my daughter, I am standing 10 toes down on that. And I've realized, like, there's no reason to be bitter about it. There's no reason to be sad about it. There's no reason to keep feeling this hurt and pain that I've been feeling. And I know that's why Spirit put me here. Because when I say I sobbed at my house at the island that I had in my kitchen. And I'm like, I can't go back there. I can't go back there. Like, please, God, universe, please don't let me go back there. And it kind of threw me for a loop that I actually ended up back here because I was like, hello, Spirit. What? God, hello. And I realized like I had to be here. I had to be here. So and not just all for bad or good, right? There was a lot of in between here. But I truly had to be here so that I could heal a part of myself on such a deep cellular level. My childhood self, and mind you, like this revelation has happened over like the last like few days, but I I had a situation where I had to drop everything that I was doing to go help my niece. And I was in the car with my friend, and mind you, one of my besties, like literally part of my soul tribe, like she's been a part of my life for about 15 years. And we literally are in the parking lot of like to get inside to like go get my kids formula, and I get this emergency call and I'm like, crap, like I have to leave right now. And she's like, just drop me off, I'll go get the formula. Like I'll get in my car and I'll get the formula, I'll drop it off to you, or you can come to me, whatever you need to do, handle your emergency. And by the time I ended up back at her house, she got the formula, she got the spaghetti noodles I needed for dinner. And I'm like, oh my God, like, thank you. Thank you. And I was like, I was so emotional in a way that it was just like overwhelming. Like, and I'm feeling it right now. To be loved that way, in a way where they see that you're having a moment of sheer panic and just being in this moment of like, okay, what do I need to do? How can I do this? How can I still do what I need to do, but then still help them? And there was zero hesitation. Just take me back. I'll get in my car and I'll grab the formula. She's like, don't even pay me back. And funny enough, I was worried about buying this formula because I'm like, oh, I want to make sure I have enough money for gas. I want to make sure I have enough money for food. I want to make sure I have enough money for her formula. And also like our savings and bills and whatever else, right? Like I've just been like overthinking everything. And it's funny how spirit and God works, right? Because here I am worrying about it. Here I am stressed out about it. And granted, did I really want the family emergency? No. But here she is helping me, like truly helping me. And though it might have felt simple for her, a no brainer for her, that just healed me in such a way that I didn't even realize. And that's when I started getting these like epiphanies about my family. My friends And I have friends all over. I have friends in different states, different cities, different whatever, right? No matter where any of my friends are, if I called them because I'm stressed out or I'm freaking out or I have great news that I want to share, it's nothing but support. It's nothing but love. It's nothing but true love, true genuine care and love. And in a way where I can be myself at the fullest extent. I keep seeing butterflies, like a butterfly that is flapping its wings. And my childhood self never really felt like that, especially within my family. I felt like if I didn't look a certain way, if I didn't perform a certain way, if I didn't do a good job, if I wasn't at the top, everything was always expected of me to be at a certain level. Like me getting A's, that was a no-brainer. Like you had to get A's because if you had anything else, that was deplorable. Me singing in choirs, well, of course you got the solo. You should get the solo. Of course you got the lead. Of course you did this. Of course you did that. It wasn't necessarily like a big accomplishment. Like I remember getting my acceptance letter into college, and I also got a scholarship. And it was like, yeah, great. Not like a big celebration and like, oh my god, that's so amazing. No, granted, it wasn't an Ivy League. It wasn't anything crazy, but it definitely felt like, okay, so like that's not a big deal, even though it is. And funny enough, I didn't even want to go to college, but I realized my younger self needed that. I needed I needed to be at a space now, right? To understand that it's not about what other people want. It's not about holding on to the hurt and pain of other people. Because that's what I was doing. My childhood self was just holding on to be seen and to be heard by these specific people. And it kept hurting and it hurt so much because it was like, why can't they see me? Why can't they see me? See me for me, not see me for my accolades or what I'm doing or the success, if you will, but like see me for me. See what I really need, see what I really want. Love me without the judgment, love me without the scrutiny and just wishy washy energy. But then I realized like spirit really came through to me when I was driving home after once I left my friend's house getting the formula. It was like this download of like, see, there is people that love you. There is people that love you and see you. See you for you. See you for everything that you are. See your soul. And I seriously had so much gratitude. I like started messaging in a voice note in our group chat and like crying, being like, I'm so grateful for you guys. I love you guys so much because I do. I realize that it doesn't matter who it is, right? As long as you have that kind of love, even if it's one person that truly sees you for you. But I have my husband, I have like 5 friends, confirmation, that see me for me. And I am so grateful and I am so thankful, truly from the bottom of my heart, that I have so many people in my life. Many people don't even have one person that loves them and sees them that way. But those people that have more than one are far and few in between and are truly blessed. And I am truly blessed and thankful and grateful for this. But I wanted to share this with my collective because I feel like there's something within you guys as well. There's something within you that you're like, I want to be seen. If you're familiar with the movie Avatar, right? The tall blue people Avatar, not the Avatar Last Airbender. But I was just watching the second one yesterday, actually. And there's a portion in the movie where the one son, who's like the troublemaker, the younger son, whatever, he is this outcast, and he bonds with like the other outcast of like the animals, right? It's aka like a whale, but and there's the fight scene, and his older brother dies, and his dad is obviously very upset with him because, you know, he felt like that was his fault. And it comes to this point to where the whole family like gets out of this fight, and the dad looks at him and he goes, I see you. I see you. And that, like, obviously, like in Avatar, that's like a deeper meaning, but that hit so hard for me because it was almost like spirit, like reiterating to me of like, there's people that see you, they see here. They don't see this, they don't see this. They don't just look at the physical body. They don't just look at your actions. They look at who you are at the deepest level, from your loves, your fears, your hates, your wants, your needs. They see every single angle of that. And you also do that for other people. You let other people feel seen. You let other people feel heard. You let other people feel your love genuinely. There's no second guessing. There's no doubts in my mind. If I got it, you got it. If I'm inviting you somewhere, don't worry about it. Like, there's so many times where I've had these like moments of like, oh, if I win the lottery, I'm taking all my friends on a private jet. We're going to Bora Bora. I'm paying for everything: hair, toes, nails, clothes, whatever. I don't care what it is. I'm paying for it because my friends have shown up for me on more than one occasion, especially financially, when I've been deep, deep, deep in the hole. And I feel like really being seen and really being heard and really understanding other people, but as well as yourself, puts you in such a different dynamic. And I'm here to tell you that if you don't have that, those people will come. They will. They will come to you in the weirdest, wildest ways if you let it. One of my friends I literally met online as my business coach, and the first time we met was in person, was her winning the Yitty Lizzo sweepstakes, and we flew to LA together. Like, it can happen in the weirdest, wildest ways if you let it. But even if you have people in your life like me, let's say maybe as your parents, that you feel like don't see you or don't understand you, maybe it's your brother, maybe it's your sister, grandparents, whoever, right? Somebody within your family and your bloodline that you feel that they truly don't see you. It's not over. It's not over. It's not bad. I'm here to tell you that your childhood self needs to feel safe. They need to feel safe. They need to feel seen. They need to feel heard. But they don't need it from anybody else but you. You in the stage that you are in right now. Take the time for your childhood self to let them know you are safe. It is not your fault. It has never been your fault. It is not your fault that they don't love you in the way that you want to be loved. It is not your fault that they don't understand you in the way that you want to be understood. It is not your fault that they don't get you or see you the way that you want them to. But also reiterate how much gratitude your younger self should and could have for the people that are there. I am so grateful for the friends and family that do see me. I am so grateful for the people that love me in the way that I want to be loved, and hear me the way that I want to be heard, and see me the way that I want to be seen, and understand me in such a level that they understand me even more than I understand myself. And that kind of breakdown with your childhood self is so necessary for you to really heal that sacral chakra and move leaps and bounds through life. Because this is why I wanted to record this today. This is where it all changes for me. This is the moment where I am fully in understanding and realizing that I had everything happen to me in the way that has been over this last decade of my life to get to this monumental moment of understanding where I am supposed to be, where I am going, and how I'm going to get there in the best way possible. Because now I'm stronger. Now I have more courage. Now I have more confidence. I have so much more gratitude that I am moving at such an exponential rate. I feel like I'm looking at a bullet train right now. Like, that's what I see. I just see zoom, like it's taking off. Like, NASCAR, the cars taking off. Like, it is happening at such a fast rate, even though it feels, this last year, next week will officially be a year that I've been living at my parents' house. And this, it felt like a whirlwind. It hasn't felt like it's been a year. It's felt like it's maybe been like 3, 4 months. And now I realize, like, wow, I was here to be in this cocoon, if you will, before I can spread my wings and fly as the butterfly that I am meant to be. Because all of us start off as caterpillars, and caterpillars can only crawl, right? Like babies, they can only crawl. But when you get into the cocoon, where I call the healing box, when you get into the cocoon, you get into your healing box, your hermit mode, if you will, you are protected by spirit heavily, even though, the winds are coming at you, maybe a woodpecker's pecking at you, something, right? There's all of these things and elements that are coming at you, but you are still protected. Though you may feel scared because the cocoon is shaking around and it feels like you might fall off your branch, but that is spirit protecting you. And it feels like now spirit is kind of like letting go of this hug, this cocoon that they've wrapped me in, to be like, okay, okay, my child, it's time to go. It's time to fly. Spread your wings and fly. Like, that's what it feels like. And I've never felt more aligned in my life. I've never felt more excited for life. I've never felt more thrilled. Seriously, I've never felt like this ever in my life. I've always been looking for purpose. I've always been looking to help people in whatever way that I could, because that's what it's always been my purpose. What it's felt like is I should help people. I want to help people. I get so much fulfillment from helping people, but I just didn't know how I could in a way that would truly reflect in the gifts that I have. And now that I've realized that, like, my clairsentience and my divination with tarot and like my clairvoyance and just the different things that I've actually tapped into at this whole time of me healing myself, I realized that these gifts aren't just for me and my friends. These gifts are to help other people get to this phase that I am at. I am helping people along in a way that some other people just can't truly understand. And I am so proud of myself, and I am so thankful that I have been on this journey and I have made it out stronger, better, faster. But I have learned many of lessons in this process as well. And I'm just truly grateful. And I So I'm gonna leave it off on this, because I could go into hours and hours of breaking down all of the different pathways and connections that I have realized over the last 5 years. But I will leave it at this. I think any of you that fell upon this video and really understand on a deeper level that it connected with your soul, it really connected with your heart or your mind or all of the above, right? I want you to know that you're not alone, and that there's so many people in this world that are actually wanting to root for you, that want to see you, right? They want to see you. But you do have to open up enough, to be vulnerable enough, to share deeply who you truly are, so that people can see you. And I'm not saying necessarily share it on the internet, unless if that's where you're being called to. But there's more people out there that you could ever imagine that truly can understand you and see you in ways that you have never understood or been seen. But definitely take your time. Don't stress about it. Don't try to rush the process. Always trust your intuition, because 10 times out of 10, you're always right. And I say that so positively, because so many times where I have not trusted my gut and not followed my intuition, I always ended up in a situation that I didn't necessarily want to be in, or I had to learn a very hard lesson. And I'm here to tell you, don't doubt yourself. Trust yourself, see yourself. But that's one of the things that's going to help you the most, is when you see yourself first, it is much easier for other people to see you. You have to see your own courage. You have to see your own strength. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust your gut. You have to have an immense amount of gratitude for where you're at, your journey, and where you're going, and who's along for the ride. For you to truly have gratitude and appreciate those people that truly see you in life, whether if they're family, friends, whoever, strangers on the internet. I have never felt more grateful and thankful for comments and shares and DMs from strangers on the internet than I ever have. And I've been on the internet for a long time, and this just feels so right. And I feel like everyone's purpose and path is their own calling, right? And you know where you're supposed to be. But take the help that you need. Ask for help when you need, because that's the only way I got to where I am today, is having those people be my soundboard, hear me vent, hear me cry, see me at my low, see me at my highs, see me at every point, from the most vulnerable to the highest of highs, the happiest of happies. Take your time, but just know that this is a confirmation for you from the universe as your big sis, that you're here and you're on your way, and there is people there for you. And if those people aren't there for you, I am. I see you. I see you. I see your pain. I see your hurt. I see your childhood self sitting there scared in the corner, waiting for somebody to come save them. But no one is going to come save them but you. And the you that you are right now is exactly who your childhood self needs. They need to be seen and heard and loved and comforted. But the only person that could do that truly is you. And I say that with so much confidence, because when I got that download the other night, I felt myself scoop my childhood self up and hold her and squeeze her so tight and tell her it's okay. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It never has been. It never will be. But I'm here for you. And I am saying that for my collective who has fallen on this video. I am here for you. And I am excited to see where this next path in this journey goes. Trust your intuition. Always. Always listen to your gut. Your head's not going to get you the places that you want to be, because your brain can only conceive so much. But your gut, she can clear a lot out. Also give some gratitude to people in your life. The people that are seeing you, give gratitude. A simple thank you, a simple voice note, just something to show them how much you appreciate them is going to go the longest of ways. But I'm going to end it. I'm going to end it here, because I don't want to get too sappy here. Obviously, YouTube is where I do my most in-depth readings, where I talk about myself on different levels, spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally. And TikTok and Instagram are where I do like my daily reads, my daily updates. So if you are looking for any short form videos, make sure to check out my TikTok or Instagram. I typically do anywhere between like a 3 to 5 minute video. But of course, if you're looking for long form, in depth readings, whether if it's for tarot, oracle, or otherwise, make sure to check me out here on YouTube. But I hope you have an amazing weekend, an amazing life, an amazing time. But definitely drop in the comments where you're at and where you want to go and who you're thankful for. Just share something, because I'm really interested to see who in my collective really needed to hear this and where you're going to go next. So thanks for checking me out, guys. I love you.